Okay, so we're taking a little break on a little sojourn outside on New Year's Day 2021, start of a new decade for China and for the world, and a goodbye to 2020. Was 2020 a bad year? It was a tough year. It was a very different year. It's a year we won't forget in a hurry. But I see 2021 as a turning point, not just for China, but for the world. See, I will remember 2020 personally as the year that China, Zhong Guo, rose to the top of the civilized world and led the way. And it's the year that the Chinese people, the people of China, met the most terrible adversity head on. And they worked together in unity and they defeated the problem. There is still a problem. There is still a problem to face and to deal with, and China are employing measures to keep coronavirus, COVID-19, etc. under check. It's ongoing. It will keep going on. But China beat this, and China will continue. And for me, you can talk about governments, but for me, it's the people. And the way the people are together or not together. The people and the government in China are like this. China is, to me, like a beehive. Yeah, there might be a queen bee somewhere in the middle, you know. But every bee in this hive knows its job. It knows its purpose. Yeah, you're the boss. Fine, you be the boss. I don't want to be the boss. But it's one thing. It's one organism. It works together in unity. That's how I see China. It's a beehive, and it works together for the common good. This situation, this way of being, I don't see in most other countries. I don't see it in the UK. I don't see it in the US. It's not engendered in the UK and the US because the system works on a very old principle, a Roman principle, if you like. The Holy Roman Empire. Divide and conquer. That's what the system works on. It doesn't work on unity. It doesn't work on people working together. It's like this all the time. This is the difference between China and the rest of the world, or most of the rest of the world. I can tell you, China is, without question, the most civilized country, the most decent and reasonable country I have ever lived in. And 2020 was the year that it proved, not just to me, but to the rest of the world, how civilized and decent and respectful and honest and hardworking a country it is. It's unified. Okay. China, look at the situation. Look at the situation between China and the UK, China and the US. And I hate to say it, and I'm sad to say it, but the US and the UK are in a mess. And they're in a mess not because of the people, they're in a mess because of the way the government operates and who operates the government. It's not together. It doesn't do this. It doesn't pull together. It's everyone for themselves. It's divide and conquer. It doesn't work. And it doesn't work in a situation when people need togetherness, when people need unity. That way of doing things doesn't work. You can call China what you like. And China has had to withstand and be noble about some severe propaganda against it this year. But let's look at the reality. The reality is this. China's okay. China's peaceful. China's not aggressive. China's working together to defeat common problems, common enemies, common difficulties. It works together as a people, as a nation, the nation and the government. Right, you'll have to excuse me while I'm rolling a cigarette on this one. But one of the stark differences in the way China, the Chinese people, dealt with this is that very fact. The Chinese are very pragmatic, very practical, and very matter of fact about things. Something had to be dealt with, and the Chinese people dealt with it. There wasn't this thing where you have in other countries, they're questioning why they have to do this. Is this an assault on my civil liberties? Is this against my human rights. It's like, right, no, there's a problem. We have to deal with it. And the Chinese people as a whole, working with the government, dealt with it. Something had to be done, and they did it. There wasn't a big bunch of questioning and arguing and, I said, well, she said, no. I said, yes, it's bullshit. China dealt with this because it needed to be dealt with. And that's why we have this situation now where China's sorted. You know, China's okay. China's pretty safe. In fact, China's the safest country in the world to be. I am really glad I'm here. And I would rather be here than anywhere else. Keep going. When the coronavirus struck, about this time last year, in fact, it was December 30, when China informed the World Health Organization and raised alarms about a new virus, of which nobody had any clue what it was and how to deal with it. And what happened was a couple of things. The government swung into action and they put the people first. The health of people came absolutely number one. It was nothing about money, it was nothing about finances, it was nothing about politics. It was, let's look after the people. The people's health is the prime concern. The second thing that happened was this. The Chinese people, the people of China, understood that there was a big problem and they had to work together to help to deal with this. It's not a question in China. People just do this automatically. They work together. It's an automatic thing. This is the way of thinking. And this is what many other countries don't understand or appreciate. There is no questioning about, oh, this is against my civil liberties. This is an infringement of my human rights. We have to do this, and we have to do this together. It's that simple. And that's why China's safe. And the UK and the US are, sorry to say, a bit of a mess right now. There's the difference. Unity. 我是中国人。中国人。Okay, 我是 before 我是英国人。Now 中国人。
Papa.
中国 people. Oh, your train. Is that your train? Oh, hi.
我车的意思。
What's your name? 我是 Barry. Barry. You.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name? 你的名字？
我的名字叫蒙一年。
Slowly. Again. Okay, give me 5. Okay, give me 5.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.